Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. If you guys are looking for some sort of information or undervalued investment opportunities, click subscribe to the channel. Love to have you in the community. Scrolling through the comments section, this guy really wants me to respond, so I'll respond. It says, Andy, don't ignore, please want your opinion. How much can we expect in equities at a $50 uranium price? Like a possible price. Camco, NextGen, UU, Denison, Fission, Encore, Global, and Paladin. Well, the way that you would figure this out is you'd see where their costs are, and you would then look to see what their profit would be given today. And a lot of these companies, like Global Atomic or Encore and Fission, they don't produce anything right now. And essentially, if they were to go from producing nothing to something, you would be dividing by zero, and your return would essentially be infinite. So it's really hard to answer a question like this. And it also depends on a whole bunch of different things, like what their input costs are. Is oil going up at a faster pace than uranium? And I also don't think that some of these are going to be producing at a $50 uranium price. It's probably going to be much higher than that. I am not in the camp that thinks uranium is just going to slowly go up year over year over year and reach these numbers like, oh, it just slowly goes up to 40 and then 50 and then 60 and then slowly goes up to 70 and 80. I think it's going to be like a huge... This could be, I don't know, it could be a pump and dump. And what I mean by that is you could see, and I think this is going to be the case. Okay, so I'll step back. Looking at the uranium market and the way the uranium market might kind of react to not really react, the way people are going to react to the uranium market. When uranium starts to move up, for whatever reason, just more buyers, more funds flowing in, basically where we're at today. Indiscriminately, funds are coming in, they're buying uranium, URNM and URA. High volume, we can see it. When things come in and they see price movement and everyone sees these uranium companies kind of go up quite a bit, which we're seeing, and they start seeing uranium go up, I think we're just going to see a flood of money come in. I don't think it's going to be this slow trickle going higher. I don't even think it's going to be a grind higher. I mean, it's going to be a grind in the beginning, like where we're at now. We'll grind, we'll grind, we'll grind, and we'll grind. People will see something. I don't know what it may be. Information will travel super quick across the internet, across YouTube, across Reddit, across all these things. They're going to open up this fund that can buy physical uranium, and then the money's just going to pile in. It's going to be a huge rotation into the sector, and I don't think it's going to stop at 50. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, well, they can produce now, we'll just stop it right here. No, it's not going to do that. I mean, you could see a moonshot real quick, and that's what we've seen in the past. So in order for a $50 uranium price to just be like, it comes up and it just stops, I don't know if that'll be the case. I think it might stop at 500. When you get everyone to pile in, and then the fund's going to have to buy physical uranium, most of the companies can't bring this production back online very quickly. Even the ones that are already have produced is on care and maintenance. They can't just fling these things open and be like, oh, we're producing tomorrow. I mean, what if it takes 7 to 10 years for some of these companies to bring something on? I mean, NextGen's out there. So what if we have a shortage this year or next, and everyone piles in? Where's the fund going to get the money, or where's the fund going to get the physical uranium? Where's it going to come from? If we drain the system, if the system's drained and you get a bunch of money coming in and they say, well, we want 100 million pounds of uranium in this fund, or 10 million or 30 million. I don't know what, I'm just making up numbers. I don't know what number. We need 30 million pounds. We've got 5. So we get 5 and you have 25 million pounds. What's the price going to be if you run into that shortage? and they want 25 million pounds of physical uranium. What's the price going to be? Hey, we'll come back on. You know, we'll get a Camco. We'll put our mines back on. That doesn't solve the problem for many months, does it? Here's the problem. There's going to be a big demand, no way to get it. So where's it go? Where's that physical uranium go? Is it going to go to the fund? Is it going to go to, I don't know if a utility company will need it in the near term. I don't know how much inventory they have. So I'm hesitant to give you prices because what's the price of oil at that time? I don't know. What's the price of their inputs? How do all these markets interact with each other? Now, if you're at like a $30, let's say you're at like $31, $35, let's say $35. You're at a $35 break-even point. You're making no money. You're building a mine right now and you have no money, no income. What happens at 50? Well, they make $15 per pound, or maybe it's a little less. Maybe it's $10. Maybe their inflation went up a little bit for their input costs. Now it was 15. Now it's 10. So they're making $10 a pound. They made zero before it. You can't divide by zero. So I don't know what they're going to be priced at. Much higher than where they are today. Much, much higher. And remember, the majority of the gain for investors, if you're looking at the Lassonde curve, is when they're building the mine before they have the mine. So they have a pre-feasibility study. They're about to build the mine and can go into construction. And then the anticipation of production, this thing's going to ramp all the way up. And then when they actually go into production, it usually goes down. So those ones that are like Fission, Denison, Encore, Global, Paladin, which is already a producer, a lot of those, I mean, they're going to go massively higher. How much? I would say the ones that go up the most are usually the ones that have good management teams with low market caps. So whichever those are will probably go up the most if they're actually building the mine and getting it in production, and they're having success at doing it. Given the pricing of the pounds in the ground, so another thing I want to cover is companies that are producers have the highest dollars per pound in the ground. And it goes down and down as the further you get away from production. So you're going to be paying less money for pounds in the ground the closer you are to an explorer. You're going to pay a premium for those that are producers. If I were to do it off the top of the head, the producers are $6 to $8 a pound that you're paying for, like a Camco. Next Gen is a little more expensive. And then the ones all the way on the left, which are more closer to an exploration company and have pounds in the ground, which are further from the development of those, you might pay $1 or $2, something like that. So the bottom end is $1, $2, and the producers are $6. When you go into these companies, I'm grabbing a lot of the ones that are close to exploration that are going to be developing a mine. So I'm buying those undervalued pounds in the ground. And if they go into production, I'm going to be revalued higher. Now, the sweetest spot that you can be in is you buy something that is in that development stage, that's going into a production stage, and all of those pounds in the ground get revalued higher. And it also gets revalued when the price of uranium goes up. So you're getting a twofold revaluation. The valuation for uranium going up, and on top of it, the revaluation of the pounds in the ground going from a development company to to a production company. And if you get, let's say it's at $2.50, or let's say it's at $3 and it goes to $6, the company can double in market cap going from a developer to a producer just in the valuation of the pounds in the ground. Then on top of that, you're going to get whatever the uranium price goes up. So if it goes up 6, it may go up 12 just based off of what I described there. Now, if I get one of these really cheap, like a Goviax, and let's say they do very well and go into production, they could go up 6 times. That's 6 times the price of uranium. So if uranium doubles, they may go up 6x of a double. If uranium goes up 20 times and they do 6 of 20 times, that's 120 times your money. And you're going to have a huge profit increase. It's going to go up substantially. Does that mean that they're going to have everything work out the way that it's supposed to quite cleanly and hit all their dates? No, that's your risk. Maybe the countries they're in, something happens. There's your risk. Am I going to put some money on it? Yes, I am. I have money on a lot of the companies that you listed. NextGen is going to be a beast. NextGen has the best deposit, probably in the one of the best deposits in the world. They're going to produce, I think it's 30 million pounds a year. NextGen is a beast. And what I'm hoping happens, this is my biggest hope of any of the uranium companies. Baseload, James Sykes, finds a large deposit in the area that he has. It's easy to mine, and if he finds a beast, if he finds one, come on, baby. Or if he finds a couple. What if he finds a good deposit? That thing's going to go from valuation of nothing, because right now they don't have anything, which is a super small market cap, to a beast valuation in an increasing uranium environment where he could sell it to someone else or possibly develop the mine. I don't know. Probably going to sell it. Some of these exploration companies are most likely going to sell their whatever they find. But if you find a beast of a mine that's easy to mine, you just found the most valuable uranium deposit in the world, because that's high grade up there. They're almost all high grade. So if you find high grade, easy to mine, massive premium, someone's going to buy that. It's going to be the most desirable deposit in the world for uranium production. I hope he can pull it off. I'm like this. I did overweight the company. I like James. I really hope he is successful. And I mean that like truly. Because it'll help me too. So that's, I look for, NextGen is going to do very well. NextGen is one of my favorite companies. I do own a good stake in NextGen. And I do own a lot of these developing companies. And I own the exploration companies in the Canadian region. And I hope they find something massive. Any of them. Or let's say 3 or 4 of them. Hopefully 3 or 4 of them kill it. They find a 200 million pound deposit or something, or greater. Man, that would be huge. And in some of these companies, like a Fission 3.0, their market cap's nothing. So they're gonna go up drastically. Now, what would the return on that be? Usually you get, let's say they find something, they get a deposit of 200 million pounds. Just one of the companies finds it. And let's say it's an easy to mine one. So let's say it's 15% of the price of uranium. So let's just say uranium goes to let's just say 100, right? And you get 15% of it. It's going to be, $15, and they find 200 million pounds, right? Sorry, there we go. That's a 3 billion market cap. If they are 30 million right now, I'm just the company, you 100 times your money. So I don't think that these companies at a $50 uranium price is going to go up 100. They'll probably go up a little over. It depends when the 50 comes, because if some of these companies, remember I said they're gonna go from developer pricing to producer pricing if they can do it. And at 50, they're probably going to double that again. So maybe some of them go up a 4 to 10x, somewhere in that range, depending on the progress of the company itself. That'd be my guess. So 200% for maybe the bigger guys, and maybe you find a 10x somewhere. That'd be my guess. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Put in the comment section what your opinions are. Do you think, what price projection do you guys have on a $50 uranium price for some of these companies? Put it in the comment section. Well, I'd love to hear your opinion. And thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.